Good morning everybody, it's Eve from Thrive here, and today I'm talking about why I do a parasite cleanse every spring and why you might want to think about it too. So let's start with some of the symptoms because this might surprise you. Common signs of parasites include bloating, fatigue, skin rashes, itching, brain fog. You might also notice issues like IBS type symptoms, grinding your teeth at night, food sensitivities, or even mood swings and anxiety. Some people experience unexplained weight loss or weight gain. The truth is, many of us carry parasites around without even realising it. So who's at risk of carrying parasites? Well, people often think parasites are only a problem if you've travelled somewhere tropical, but that's not true. Anyone can pick them up, even here in the UK. You're more at risk if you've ever travelled or eaten sushi or undercooked meat drunk from natural water sources, or if you have pets. Even gardening or walking barefoot outside, although that is good for you, can expose you to parasites. Other risk factors include nail biters and skin pickers because parasites and eggs can transfer easily from your hands to your mouth. People with young children, kids pick things up, put them in their mouths and can pass things on. Gardeners, especially if you don't wear gloves, because soil is a common place for parasite eggs. Anyone taking stomach acid blockers like omeprazole or lansoprazole, because reducing stomach acid, it weakens your first line of defence. Older people, because stomach acid naturally reduces as we age, and anyone under chronic stress, as stress also lowers stomach acid production and it weakens the digestion. So why is it so important to support your digestion, especially your stomach acid? Well, your stomach acid is actually your first line of defence against not just parasites, but parasites, bacteria, infections. It helps break down your food properly and kills off anything that shouldn't be there. If your stomach acid is weak, parasites are more likely to survive the journey into your gut. And that's why people taking acid blockers or those who are stressed or older are at a higher risk. If you struggle with digestion, bloating, reflux or low stomach acid symptoms, it's worth working on strengthening that area. Things like bitter herbs, apple cider vinegar, and eating more slowly and mindfully can really help support your upper digestion. So, what are parasites? And just to be clear, parasites aren't just wriggly worms, that's what most people imagine. They can be microscopic things like protozoa, flukes, amoebas, and they live off our nutrients. They steal from us, they create toxic waste, and they place a constant burden on the immune system. Some, like liver flukes, have even been studied in connection with liver disease and certain types of cancers that are associated with the liver. Now, a quick note about Candida whilst we're on this topic. It's worth mentioning because technically Candida is a yeast, but it can behave like a parasite when it's out of control. It can overgrow in the gut, the vagina, the mouth, and even on the skin. But that's a whole video in itself. But just know that people who've had a high sugar or starchy carbohydrate diet or lots of antibiotics in the past, they're especially at risk with Candida. And it's really common and another good reason to think about gut health and regular cleansing. So it's springtime, it's this time of year, we always do a parasite cleanse at home. Why? Because nature and traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda, the spring is naturally the perfect time to do a parasite cleanse. In traditional Chinese medicine, spring's linked to the liver and the gallbladder. It's considered the season of renewal, cleansing and growth, and the body is primed to detoxify, making it the ideal time to support the liver and clear out anything that doesn't belong, like parasites. So in Ayurveda, spring is also the time to clear out excess kapha energy, which is heavy, damp, sluggish, conditions where parasites and yeasts both thrive. And both systems recognise that spring is when your body naturally wants to do a Taylor Swift and shake it off, shake the heaviness of the winter and reset. So the full moon. You might have heard people mention the full moon connection with parasites, and there is something in that. Your body produces more serotonin and melatonin around the full moon, and that can stimulate parasite activity. So often people are itchier on a full moon. It's often when people feel much more uncomfortable. They can be more bloated or wake up in the night with more vivid dreams. And while you don't have to time your cleanse with the moon, it can be a great point to start, simply because parasite activity is naturally higher. So what about the risks of carrying these parasites long term? Well, if they stick around too long, they can cause chronic inflammation, damage the gut lining, and contribute to leaky gut. And that's especially true also with Candida. They can drain your energy, stop you absorbing nutrients properly, and put extra strain on your liver. And over time, they've been linked to skin problems, autoimmune conditions, and, as I said before, even some cancers. So how do you do a cleanse? Well, this is what we do. So for my cleanse, I keep it really simple but effective. There's lots of products out there, but I use the simple form. So we use grapefruit seed extract drops because they're great for breaking down biofilms that protect these parasites and have strong antimicrobial properties. And I combine that with black walnut and wormwood tincture, which is a traditional combination used for parasites. I also add in a high-strength garlic capsule. Garlic's incredible because it's naturally anti-parasitic, antifungal, antibacterial. It helps kill off parasites, but also supports the immune system, your heart, everything else while you're cleansing. It contains sulfur compounds, which are really powerful for detoxification and especially good for the liver. Alongside that, I use a liver cleanse capsule throughout the process. Your liver works so hard during a parasite cleanse, processing the waste and toxins that are being released. So using a liver support supplement is something like one that contains milk thistle or dandelion or artichoke can really help your liver cope and keep up with the detox and keep the pathways open. So I take all of those, grapefruit seed extract, black walnut and wormwood tincture, garlic capsules and a liver support, and I take them for 5 to 7 days, and I start really slowly and build up the dose gradually. And then after that course of 7 days, I take a break. I take a break for 5 days, and that is really important because it gives time for any eggs to hatch in that cycle, and then you can hit them again in the next round. And I repeat that cycle 3 times. So finally, while you're cleansing, it is really important to support your liver. Drink plenty of water. Make sure your bowels are moving every day. If you're constipated, don't do this until you're not. This is absolutely vital. You don't want those wastes and toxins being reabsorbed. You want them to leave the body. And parasites are far more common than people realise and don't always show symptoms. Doing a seasonal cleanse is a simple but really powerful thing for your gut, your immune system and your energy. So if you want to know any more, just drop me a message. Let me know how you get on with your parasite cleanse. Sometimes people see some very interesting things in the toilet. So good luck. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.